Well,
Happy
I was
days.
slap bang in time with you because I had to travel 3,000 miles.
It's fine. It's all you need to do is really line the spikes up, and then the clips align perfectly.
Yes.
But enough technical jargon. Hello, and welcome to what is probably now going to be the final FluxCast ever.
I'm going to stop saying that because it might not be ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we probably shouldn't say. You know, what could be? We'll leave it in a eternal state of flux.
One of the last. We are in a state of flux.
One of the last handful of FluxCasts.
One of the last score.
407 years ago.
That's a bit much. Come on.
Sorry.
The FluxCast said that was their last episode.
You know, but like I said last time, we're not going away. We're just rebranding.
We're literally just changing our name. That's it. But we don't know what to.
Yeah, because
we
FluxCast
need
tad too niche.
Well, maybe. If we had thousands of viewers, they'd know what it's about. But we have some, maybe.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If Destiny 2 brings back Conflux is Hard, which we'll find out next week, then the name may not change.
There was one in the beta.
Come on, Destiny 2, don't fail us now. We don't ruin our nicheness.
Don't ruin our nicheness. No, ruin our nicheness.
Oh, okay, ruin it. Beer. Yeah, you hear us? Is it Luke Smith? Luke Smith and
Noseworthy.
Deej.
What are those
Luke
people?
Smith and, ruin our name. Please. Or is that really something quite threatening, but actually meant to be quite loving, like, please do.
No, you don't want to ruin our name, just ruin the niche, so we're not niche anymore. You absolute plum.
I mean,
ruin our name. It's like, Jesus Christ, find a scandal on us.
Fluxgate.
Oh my god.
Okay, so, just so we're clear, Luke Smith and Deej, don't ruin our name, ruin the nicheness, make confluxes just go everywhere in Destiny 2. And then people go, what's a conflux? And they'll Google flux, and bam.
There we go.
So, be a dear, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know if ever happened, but it'd be very odd if we received a tweet tomorrow, like,
to us.
we received tomorrow, like, right, as request of Down to Flux, there's our confluxes. Everyone like, wait, what?
Whoa, these guys are like, the fuck? We are a Destiny clan, but like, huh?
Lol, JK. So yeah, in case you hadn't guessed, it's still just James and I. We did have a topic for this episode.
Actually, you say it was still just James and I. Remy did reply and said he's free anytime, and then you didn't reply to him other than saying, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry."
We love our fearless leader, and we will send him a loving message to lovingly invite him on. I think the lovingly part's going down very well.
Well, get.
Oh, Ben Treekman.
Yeah, that's what. Fuck. I just completely spaced out.
Yes, no, there are many plans for future guest stars, but
there are some plans.
Many plans. Guest stars.
Many plans. Yeah, we'll get fucking Justin Trudeau on if we could.
Oh, send him a letter. He may come on.
Oh, maybe.
Just send him a rad letter.
Should
we just start sending out letters to people?
Yeah, we should.
just write out. Excuse me, sir. Would you like to be on my podcast? Excuse me, mom. Would you like to be on my podcast? Just
we'll give it a go.
Every known celebrity. Fuck, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna tweet celebrity? Or direct message. Sorry, I said every known
celebrity.
Not every known celebrity. Just send it to literally and see if anyone replies to us. Most of course, that would be hilarious.
If anyone replies to us, I'm going to frame that goddamn letter.
Oh yeah, well I doubt. Like, I'm gonna do it. We're doing this now. We're gonna find a way to mail every single.
Well, you do Europe. No. I'll do North America. I think I have more work to do.
What would it? Wait. No. I was gonna say, do you want to list them? No, we should email everybody.
No, we don't list them. Jesus.
No, there's two who we're gonna email first. Or are we just going to start
I'm just
alphabetically?
going to go alphabetically.
Done. Right. And now we've had our usual whimsical moment.
Yes. What do you mean a whimsical moment? That's future planning, that is.
So now you've seen behind the scenes of the FluxCast. We're professional. Prepare to have your ears blown off.
What?
Like a building. Yeah. It was a very bad link,
Jesus.
alright?
We were doing the transitions better last time.
Prepared. I was talking about the Glow or the Defenders. Neither worked. Like, prepared to defend your eardrums from our offensive sound doesn't sound like a great transition.
I mean, we could have talked about this beforehand, but no, we're not gonna.
No.
We're gonna be talking about Netflix stuff today.
Yeah. Which is why I have appropriate name the episode Netflux. And chill. For more of that witty humour, please feel free to follow @Flux on Twitter. We promise you one bit of wit a day.
A bit of wit. A tidbit of wit.
A tidbit of wit a day.
I'm going to start that hashtag now, every day. Tidbit of wit.
Yes. Okay, so, where do you want to start? Do you want to go start Glow or Defenders?
In the beginning. Should we start with...
7 years ago.
Oh, for God's sake. Let's start with Glow, because we've got plenty more Marvel news, I imagine. After what you were just talking about before you went live.
Oh, yes. Sorry,
I was talking.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, what? Like, thinking about, I don't remember what he was discussing. No idea, we're good. Okay, jeez. So, are we going to rip off their song to do an intro to Glow, or do we just start with Glow?
What do you mean do a song?
We can do the Glow.
Oh, no.
Song.
Well, you can do it, but I'm not going to do it.
You can try and imitate the delightful tones of Kate Nash.
The token Brit.
Yeah. Who not only did you get to hear sing, you also got to see boobs. Winning!
You can see lots of boobs.
You do.
It's great.
But anyway. God. Down to Flux reviews Glow. You see boobs. 9 out of 10.
Yes?
I feel like we should have said no to not sound sexist.
No.
It's not the only reason. But yes, Glow. Or the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Which, actually, having IMDb'd the show beforehand, was actually a TV show in, I think, the 70s.
Huh.
Glow. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yes.
Which I was trying to see if it was vaguely based off, but I think it's just literally the name and concept. All the characters names are different and stuff, you know.
Not only do we give you tidbits of wit, we also give you factual history knowledge. Boom.
I'm not going to say that's history knowledge, okay, Paul?
Did it happen in the past?
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Thus, factual history knowledge. Kapow!
Alright, I mean, I can't argue with that, I guess.
Exactly. My logic is unshakable. That's the unbreakable something. Anyway, Glow.
Yeah, I watched episode with my girlfriend. I think you started it before me. I watched an episode with Nina. So she was like, "Oh, this looks good. Should we give this a go?" I was like, "All right, fine." After reading the Netflix, bloody hell, Netflix description, I was like, "Okay, sure, we'll give it a go." And it was fucking brilliant. It was hilarious.
It's very good. So obviously, I remember I don't want to watch it exactly, but I started watching it just being like, oh, this is just this being advertised all over Netflix. I should see what it's like. As you do, there was that banner thing. I'll have a look at it. It could be good. It could be bad. I always like to give everything an episode. Well,
that's the point, right? There's a pilot.
Yeah, touche. And it's my kind of overwhelming kind of feeling of it is that there are parts where it's done really awkwardly, but it's done like
On
deliberately
purpose,
awkward.
yes.
Yeah, it's like
It's
deliberate awkwardness.
so cringy, but
It is.
it's intentionally cringy.
Yes.
Like, there's
It's
no backing music to it. It's just silence and someone doing something so awkward, and it's like, oh god! I don't think I ended up actually watching half the show because I was just cringing, shutting my eyes.
Like prime example is when they obviously, I think it's the first
Spoilers.
episode. Spoilers. Thank you. Spoilers. When they do, I forgot the character's name. 'Cause it's been a while. Lead character, brown hair, woman, obviously
Ruth.
woman, Ruth, and she acts it out with Machu Picchu, like the over exaggerated scene of the like, it's so cringeworthy to watch. I was like, oh no, stop it, please!
Don't make it stop, jeez.
But you kind of like, at that, like moments like that just happen throughout the whole show, and it's just like, this is so cringy, but also so funny and good at the same time.
It's really good, but it's just like, oh Jesus fuck, I can't watch it.
There's some moments where you're just like, please stop, please, no.
Glow, that's our name. Oh fuck's sake.
Yes, do the song, James.
No.
Oh. Let's say overall, it's a nice tidy. Is it 8 episodes? Is it episodes?
I think it's 8 episodes. Yeah.
I think it's
Which
a nice
is
tidy 8
Netflix's
episodes.
new run, I guess.
Unless you're a Marvel show, then you have
I've just
unnecessary
brought
13.
up the apart from the Defenders, we just brought up the. Oh no, it's 11 episodes.
Oh god, we're bad. See, that's a
What
nice
I said
tidy
was the
11.
perfect length. And just looking on the IMDb page, there is a season 2. It says years 2017 and 18, seasons 1 and 2. So it's already been confirmed. I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised as a season 2. It's definitely one of those. They say the ending is set up for a season 2, even though we both have our bugaboos with the ending.
Yes, it's too
kind
late.
of obviously
Too
like
late.
so. Okay, let's kind of. I have many questions about the finale, and I've had no one to speak about it for a while, so I'm going to put a little info dump on you.
Okay.
Now, when blonde-haired Debbie, when she leaves, the motel, in like at the start of the episode,
yes,
is that staged?
I'm not sure because other than the audience, as in us, not the audience watching the wrestling, because they don't know. Why would they do that?
Well, because this obviously needs my follow.
The only thing I can think of, sorry, Paul, is that it's to convince the director, because he wouldn't have said yes to their idea. In fact, he ended up fucking it up. But.
See, I guess so, but this is part of my overall question: is that because if it's not staged and you assume she just walks out because of her husband giving that another try, then why does she then turn up
got her uniform
with the costume? Yes,
a completely new costume on.
Exactly, because that's why I think it must be staged. And that's like, I know it's a really nitpicky point. That's something I hope that at least gets answered like in season 2, because it seems like there's no reason why she should have a costume on if she's walked out.
Yeah, for sure.
Of the production, and it's always like bugged me since I watched it. I was like, wait a second.
Me and Nina were discussing that. We were like, wait, so what? I kind of guessed because of what she was saying to her husband the whole way through that something like that was gonna happen. But like, huh?
Yeah, it's very odd because like I said, they give you no indication that it's staged, but then if it's not, the ending the final fight makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know why that happens other than that's the only thing I can think of. Sorry, is to convince the director. I don't know what else it could be.
So I have no idea. I say now, kind of I'm trying to think general more character points. Did you see? This is like we're going quite random in-depth spoilers here. Did you see the daughter thing coming? Slash, what did you think of the daughter thing? So the director had a daughter.
No, I didn't see that coming.
So I liked it for a twist, like because I thought she was just some creepy stalker.
As did I. Who was obsessed with the
You're
films.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's a very oh no. Yeah, so overall, kind of, I have another. Before we kind of randomly go into more questions about the finale, what did you think? As in, if you had to grade it, you can do numbers or letters, either or.
What, the finale or the whole show?
Whole show.
Out of 10, probably like a 7 or 8. I thought it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
What about you?
So,
What would you say?
I would be that same. I think I'd be an 8. Like I went into it just being like, I don't know what this is, like what. But then the more you watch, I was like, yeah, this is really good. Kind of my only like my biggest issue was, I think, same issue we've shared. It ends 5 minutes too late.
Yes. I think it should have ended when Betty and... Not Betty, Debbie. Betty's the actress. Debbie and Ruth are talking after the fight. And Ruth says, should we go get a drink? Something along those lines. And Debbie says,
Yeah.
We're not there yet. We should end there.
See,
Not do some shit like whatever it did.
I need a mildly quick refresher. It's been a while because I know it's after that scene. It's the director appears and then they go back to the ring, don't they?
Yes.
See, the way I would I have two endings. If it was me, I would say either go with the "we're not there yet" and then it cuts out, or you sort of cut out that whole scene, and then when Debbie is raising the belt above her head, like I beat. Is it Mother Russia? It is Mother Russia, which reminds me of Kick-Ass. At that point,
Oh, yeah.
at that point, you have Welfare Queen come in, and then like either take her down, or as she goes to take her down, then fade to black. And it's like, ooh, what the hell's it? Like that kind of. It's a much more cheesy cliffhanger ending, but so you don't have them. Cause there's no gap because I think if you don't go out of the ring and have that conversation, then that's like it's cheesy cliffhangery, but it's a nice spot. Or if they do the going out of the ring, you end on "we're not there yet," because the end after that it just becomes a bit sort of frenetic,
Prolonged and
prolonged.
Tumultuous,
It's just a bit like,
if you will.
yes. It just sort of seems like here's a lot of stuff we're throwing in. Okay, like it's lots of sort of,
which I'm sure could have been mentioned at another time, you know, rather than like, oh, a twist, oh, a counter twist. That what?
Yeah, it's a bit like, yeah, it's very kind of, yeah, it's just like, ooh, she's won. No, but she's here. But she's won. But lots of noises and endings and what the
What's going on?
Yeah.
But I'll be watching season 2. No idea when it's out or anything.
Oh, I will definitely be watching season 2. I've realised, because this is a slight segue, but like recently, because there hasn't been a lot sort of video game wise that's been kind of like really holding my attention. I've watched a lot of Netflix.
No, the only real video games I'm playing right now are with you, honestly.
That's the thing. Like,
and when you're in bed, what the fuck? I mean, I know why you're in bed because you live fucking 3,000 miles away. But
no, so I'm very much the same. Like, it's kind of, I've currently lost my urge to kind of play single player games. Like, it feels more of sometimes it feels like more of a chore than it's like a kind of a fun thing. So I've watched a lot of Netflix, which I'm not complaining. Like, I've had a really nice time with it all.
Yeah, I've started watching Suits actually as well.
Because I've heard good things about Suits. Never got into it.
It's kind of getting better. I don't think I think the pilot was really weirdly like. I think I was expecting something different from it, but it's quite good fun. It's pretty cool, and filmed at my work, in fact. So all the backdrops and everything, I'm like, hey,
I'm there.
I might be in one of these episodes for all I know.
I was going to say, if you are looking for like a good recommendation for a Netflix show, then I can recommend Narcos.
Yeah, and that's on my list, but I have like 80 things on my list. So.
That's fair. That's as I watched that really. Yeah, I've watched kind of all of that, like the whole 2 seasons in like the last month, and it's very good. Season 3 comes out in like 7.5 hours, maybe. And I was
I've still got House of Cards to watch. Actually, think about it.
Oh, I need to start that.
I need to like watch it again because I binge watched the entire season, wait a year, and then I'm like, what? Because it is a thinky show.
Kind of. So I want to watch House of Cards. The Tick has just come on Amazon Prime, and it's been getting very good reviews.
I've seen the adverts and stuff for that. It's
with good old Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to give that a try because it seems to be quite funny. Like there's kind of Rick and Morty's back, which is always hilarious.
For sure.
There's a lot of stuff. My list is just getting like larger and larger at this point in time. But speaking of one thing we managed to tick off our lists, The Defenders came out.
I think everyone ticked that off their lists.
Touche. Was it a week ago now? Or 2 weeks?
About then, yeah. Wasn't...
It must have been 2 weeks ago. Yes, it was 2 weeks ago. Yes, because you watched a few episodes first weekend, and yeah, it was 2 weeks ago now. They must have come out 2 weeks ago. Defenders being the culmination of everything, well, every Marvel show so far on Netflix. But it didn't really culminate here with many like cross threads, if that makes any sense.
It was kind of one big cross tree trunk rather than like a needle. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. It wasn't like there was sort of connecting tissue that was in the Defenders, in Jessica Jones, in Iron Fist, and in Luke Cage. It sort of was a bit... to
be honest, most of the shows reference the other shows in passing. I mean, they might have, or some of them have the other characters in, like Jessica Jones, for example.
Yes.
And they've all got Hogarth in. But
they do have Hogarth in.
They don't really. Yeah, I don't. It's hard to word.
Like, it's like for like a culmination of 5 seasons of stuff. There's not like for example a thread that was started in Daredevil season 1, which you then saw in Jessica Jones, saw again in Daredevil season 2, and kind of there's like little things like that came together. It was just seemed to be kind of, there was the pit you saw in Daredevil season 1, I think.
It was right at the end of season 1, wasn't it?
I think it was right at the end of season 1. I remember, yeah, there was that pit which was like ended up being the main focus, and there was like, and also there was the hand element from Daredevil season 1, 2, and Iron Fist. Like the Jessica Jones and Luke Cage connections, there really wasn't one. Kind of, there was one that was from their previous series. They just happened to sort of be there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And kind of, it started out very strongly as a show. Like the opening 4 to 5 episodes are very good, and then kind of it basically, I think episodes 6, 7, and 8, it all goes a bit weird.
A bit weird and a bit a million miles an hour.
Yes,
I think it starts slowly and ramps up the speed like unbelievably.
Also, because the defenders don't actually meet as a foursome until episode 3. Like the first 2 episodes are them just in the odd pair or in the odd solo.
Introducing all the characters again, which we don't really
Yes.
need. Anyone that's watching the Defenders and doesn't really know probably shouldn't be watching it.
Like I think you could get rid of most of episode 1, keep episode 2 because it does set things up. But like you get Matt Murdock, me and Jessica Jones, and that everyone starts to bond. But yeah. A lot of episode 1 is here's what everyone's doing since the end of their solo series.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I mean, okay, I guess. But yeah, and then see my personal favorite episode, as I said to you, episode 3. I think is my favorite, with episode 4 a close second.
I like 4. Is that the table episode?
Yes, because 3 is 3 is the Office, 4 is the Chinese. And then 5 is the theatre and Daredevil and kind of Iron Fist fighting.
Oh yeah, Iron Fist is shit, isn't he? He's been trained for all this time for like the immortal Iron Fist, the protector of Kunlun, and he gets beaten up by Daredevil and Luke Cage at one point.
So this is kind of, I think, where we slightly differ. At the start of the Defenders, anyway, I really like Iron Fist. Like episodes 1 through 4, he's good in that he's not kind of whiny teenage brat. He's like, I'm actually going to.
Yes, he is.
No, like.
Iron Fist. It's my fight. It's my fight. Leave me alone. And Stick comes along, and he's still a thundering jackass.
Yeah, that's just Stick though. That's but 1 through 4, as in the office thing, like the office scene in 3, that whole fight, which by the way is a very cool fight.
That's very well coordinated. Choreographed.
It is, and it's like I do like in the Office where you kind of everyone's powers get like a moment to shine.
Different show, Paul.
Sorry. In the Office fight scene, like everyone's powers go to show, and you kind of the bit where like they walk in with guns and Iron Fist just hides behind Luke Cage, is like, yeah.
Yeah, about that raises a point I've got. We get it. Luke Cage is fucking bulletproof. How many fucking hoodies he has to go through? Okay, come on. Shoot him in the face.
Still bulletproof in the face.
Not in the eyes. It's only his skin. Or the mouth.
Touche. I mean, you have to keep his mouth closed. I assume his lips are bulletproof.
Yeah.
That's what. Are his eyeballs bulletproof?
No, because it's not skin. He can shut his eyes. It's fine because that's skin. But he never does.
Touche. Yeah. So
I get it. He's bulletproof. Jesus.
Just say in that Office part though, like that is, I think, Iron Fist at his peak. Like he's at, you see the potential there, but after that, he. Because I think this, my biggest issue with the whole Iron Fist, they make him a plot device rather than a character.
Yes, they do.
And it's just kind of like
not even really subtle about it.
They're really not.
Iron Fist is the thing they need. Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah. Like because that is into my massive gripe. So for the Hand's master plan, it makes no sense.
Well, obviously,
like for the 5 seasons preceding this, there is no like. I thought the Hands was going to be something totally different, not just dig up a dragon. It was such like an anti-climax.
Under New York.
Yeah, it was such like an anti-climax for here is the Hand. I was expecting, okay, so I mean the Hand are badass immortal Japanese ninjas. This could be really cool, and there could sort of be some like
one of them is a badass immortal Japanese ninja.
Touche.
Nobu's teacher man.
Well, okay, so Shut up! I don't have a retort to that.
3 of them aren't. There you go. That's your retort.
3 of them aren't. Thank you. Okay, so but that's kind of my issue. Is just you have the hand, and their ground plan is basically just, but like it just sort of it seems like the writers ran out of ideas after episode 4 and 5, and basically went, yeah, we're just gonna make them off this unknown substance in a fight underground with a dragon.
Yeah, and it does seem like they padded out that with a couple of episodes. They were like, let's make them fight themselves.
7 is an episode that is just not needed.
Which is why it confuses me so much that the show seems so rushed.
Like, 7 is literally just, they all sit and talk. It's like nothing plot-based happens. Everyone just sort of has a thing to say, and you're like, for God's sake.
Which one's 7? I can't remember.
It's like, it's basically, it's literally just, it's like, 7 is the one where Elektra speaks to Danny, Matt, Jessica, and Luke were at the prison station. There's no, like, nothing happens. They'll just sit and talk. And the last 7 minutes is them breaking out of the police station.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like,
oh, you're supposed to be a lawyer, not a ninja.
Yeah, there's just like talk, like boring talking. Like there's like expositional talking. You're like, you could have just gone out of prison and be done with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't understand. Like the writers basically it seemed like they ran out of ideas of how to make the hand an actual threat the defenders need to face.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is a bit.
Like I say, I feel bad for Iron Fist. He just became a plot device because you're like, this is just dumb.
It is very annoying because Finn Jones is a good actor as well.
So Finn Jones is a good actor. Like I said, at the start it's better where he has the purpose but it's just after the point where he basically says, we need the Iron Fist. He then regresses into
he becomes
bitch.
Essentially a briefcase.
Yeah, he becomes like a petulant child. And you're like, why are you suddenly fighting against everyone? And then, you're like, this is just... I don't get it.
We have some gripes.
We do. Like, I'd still recommend people watching it, because it does have its moments. And I think it sets up, I think, some really cool things for the future that I'd like to see them do, but I know they won't. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. I'm not sure what you mean, so I'll ask you to elaborate. But I know what you mean. No, wait, what?
So, like, for example, I would love for them to stop doing Luke Cage solo series and an Iron Fist solo series, and just do Heroes for Hire, which is them two teaming up because together.
Yeah, I read about that somewhere.
Because they have very good chemistry on screen, and you can see the funny things.
True. They did,
and like, I think that would be a really cool. Like, I know obviously it means you don't have as many shows, but it'd be really cool. I think, and I think that would kind of set them up.
The only thing is, I really like the Luke Cage series.
See, that's my thing as well. Is I do like Luke Cage a lot, but. I don't think there's anything to stop you necessarily effectively continuing on the Luke Cage storyline. But he now does it Heroes with Iron Fist because.
I mean, maybe that is what they'll do, right? Maybe they will.
Maybe
cancel Iron Fist because it was a bit crap and just bundle it in.
Because like, kind of the end. So the end of the Defenders, we've already say spoilers the whole episode at this point. We said spoilers earlier because the Defenders ends with Iron Fist on the top of a rooftop, and kind of
as opposed to on the bottom of a rooftop.
Another building is what I meant to say. Another building on a rooftop. That's the word. That's the phrase I was looking for. But yeah, it just kind of like there's nowhere. Well, there's not sort of like an hanging plot thread where there is for like Luke Cage, where you've still got the whole of Cottonmouth and that mayor woman. Like that's still there, but like I think you could do Heroes for Hire, and I think it'd be quite cool. One thing I was pleasantly surprised by with the Defenders though, they've made Misty Knight comic book Misty Knight.
Yeah, I didn't know that until watching it and hearing people talk about it, she was like, "Oh, yay! She's lost her arm." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's one of those things though. Like with any comic book show, is that the moment it happens, the moment you get someone introduced, people are just like waiting for that like defining moment.
Yeah.
Like for Daredevil, it was I'm
suit.
waiting to see the suit. For Iron Fist, I was waiting to see him do the whole I'm gonna catch a bullet with the Iron Fist part. And after that, we kind of thought, yep, like she's gonna lose her arm eventually. When's it gonna be? But the new arm looks awesome.
Does look pretty cool.
Like, yeah, I'm glad to she has the robot arm, and I sort of hope, like, I'm hoping Luke Cage starts with her just with the robot arm, and it's not like she's just armless for a while.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be easier for the actress just to wear a green sleeve rather than like, what the fuck am I doing?
Ooh, sorry, I know this is kind of going backwards a bit. So, another final gripe, before we discuss the actual like ending in full. Their end plan was really weird as well.
Whose end plan?
In the Defenders' end plan, in that kind of your street level heroes, you're meant to be all about defenders, and you're gonna go blow up a building.
Yeah, they probably could have just gone, I'm the Iron Fist, and I'm also a billionaire. Who else is a billionaire? Maybe it's the guy who owns the big tower.
Yeah, it's just
go to Iron Man.
It's so many of those aspects which just got. That's why I started to think like it just got so weird. It's like a dragon, and the Defender's grand plan is blow up a whole building. It was like it wasn't really like a superhero filled like a TV show ending. It was like we're committing acts of domestic terrorism because
no one believes us.
Reasons. Yeah, like this is my overall like I don't know what the writers like. I wish the writers did a better job and didn't make it all end on such like a huge MacGuffin-y type thing.
Such like a wait, but
yeah, there are better things they really could have done with a hand and not blow up a building at the end.
I really, really liked Sigourney Weaver's character and her performance. That was really good.
Yes. Like, I know I'm ragging on it the hand quite a lot. Like, the characters were very good. Like,
well, I think it went a bit downhill as soon as Sigourney Weaver left. Weaver left.
Like the badass Japanese man, that was really cool. Who didn't say a lot. He was cool. Like the African warlord. He doesn't speak
English, mate.
True. Which also was a very weird conversational piece. In that it was like they could both understand each other, but they both refused to speak the language.
Yeah.
It was a bit like, all right.
I'm thinking that's probably because Sigourney Weaver can't speak Japanese.
Yeah, that was definitely the Sigourney Weaver can't speak Japanese and is not going to learn. But yeah, that was kind of.
I'm not sure it's not gonna. I'm pretty sure it was just can't.
Can't, touche. So yeah, I think the hand. What they did with it was say the hand's plan bad writing. The hand as a group of people and characters good.
Yeah.
It's very nice way to kind of say it.
Although none of them are alive anymore.
No. Well, one of them maybe. Two of them maybe.
Possibly, yeah.
So yeah, to break down the whole ending and kind of where we see the Marvel TV universe going. A building gets destroyed. Daredevil, Elektra, and Madame Gao get caved in on. Everyone else escapes. Iron Fist is now defender of the streets. Luke Cage.
He's going back to Harlem, I imagine.
He's going back to Harlem. I think there really is like a Luke Cage ending scene that sort of sets everything up. Is there? I don't think so.
I can't remember.
Jessica Jones has her answering the phone again, or like ripping the thing off her door.
The thing off, yeah.
And Malcolm like plastering the walls. Iron Fist is him on the rooftops. I can't remember there being a Luke Cage like thing.
Does he go to get coffee with someone? He probably goes to get coffee with.
Yeah, so I don't.
Oh my god! What's her name?
Claire Temple.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Night
See,
Nurse.
I don't. Night Nurse. Yes, I don't think a Luke Cage thing, and then Daredevil's thing is they're basically doing Born Again for season 3, which is going to be very cool. But also,
am I right in thinking that they say the name Maggie?
yes,
That's his mum.
yes,
Who's a nun.
The scene
which is kind of a bit strange.
The scene is directly ripped from the Born Again comic arc.
Oh.
Well, so that arc is Kingpin finds out. So the overall arc is Karen Page is a prostitute,
What?
high on heroin. Yeah, she
Wait, what?
she goes to become an actress, fails, ends up on heroin, sells Daredevil's identity for a shot of heroin. That then reaches the Kingpin, who basically starts like dismantling Matt's life, kind of bribing witnesses to say Matt perjured, coerce witnesses and stuff to say stuff.
Yeah.
Matt then goes insane. Kind of ends up beating up a cop because obviously like his life is basically made to shit. Beats up a cop, goes to try and beat the crap out of the Kingpin. Fails and gets the crap kicked out of him. Gets put in a cab with a dead taxi driver in the wing. So it looks like Matt Murdock killed him, and then like drove into the river. Gets thrown into the river. He gets out of the river. Goes back to his boxing gym, and then the next kind of panel is him waking up in, I'm pretty sure, the exact same bandage pattern as well. In lying in the bed, and yeah, and then the panel is like it's the above shot that you got in the TV show saying "Go get Maggie."
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact one is. It's that kind of, and then yeah, he ends up. Then Karen Page almost gets assassinated. Yada. Ends up clean from heroin.
So how the fuck are they?
Like, so the bits I think I said the bits they're not going to do. They're not going to do the Karen Page and heroin thing.
Or a prostitute.
So they're also going to just have Matt. They're going to have the Kingpin walked out somewhere else because they say they teased that at the end of season 2 anyway. Because Matt smacks him one and he's like, "Oh crap, how's he done that?" So I think that's coming. The thing which could be really cool, but I don't see it happening, is at the end of Born Again, Nuke comes back and destroys Hell's Kitchen.
Who's Nuke?
So, he's a. They've introduced a version of him already in Jessica Jones. He is the blonde-haired guy who was dating Jessica Jones's sister. He takes the pills and stuff, and is the combat guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
okay.
so they're kind of saying they could bring him back, but they also think they're going to do a riff on it and introduce Sin Eater instead. Yeah, so they kind of think that season 3 looks like it's going to be trash Daredevil, make Daredevil up as a hero again.
A redemption story.
Yes. And I love everything about season 3. I'm very confused if they're just going to sort of be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Foggy, I'm alive." Like, ta-da! That's like a pleasant, like, I thought I was dead, but I've secretly only been away for like a day. I'm back now.
A day.
I did like that about Foggy though, actually. That he kind of finally sort of accepted the whole Daredevil aspect.
Yeah, he was a bit kind of bland otherwise. A bit generic for a superhero film thing, you know?
Yeah, it's cool that by the end he was like,
"Stop. Do you know what? You can't take the vigilante thing."
Yeah. So if you had to grade the Defenders, what would you
Probably like
give it?
A 5 or 6. It wasn't. It was fun, but meh. Take it or leave it. Too rushed.
That's
too
fair.
many plot holes that are just like, huh?
So yeah, I am I would say on a 6. Like, I think the first 4 or 5 episodes boosted up a lot, and then it sort of just goes downhill. But to continue on the theme of me ragging on Marvel, I said this on Twitter as well, so I'm going to say it again. Here's a free sales tip for Ike Perlmutter, I believe is his name. Please stop leaking your endings to the New York Times 2 days before the damn comic book comes out. It's so annoying. That is all. However, to explain that more in depth, Secret Empire. Yeah, it was just like I was going to be dramatic. No, so say that more in depth. Marvel recently finished Secret Empire, an event where Captain America ran Hydra and made the whole world a bunch of Nazis, but not really Nazis because Hydra aren't Nazis, even though they were made by Hitler and Red Skull, and they do a 2-armed Nazi salute, but we promise they're not Nazis. That was like legitimately. That was so many of the defenses.
It's like, the First Order. Oh, we promise they're not Nazis either.
It literally was. So much of the Secret Empire criticism has basically said, so hold up, you've made Captain America. America's like the champion comic. You're saying he's a Nazi. They're like, no, we're saying he's Hydra. Hydra's not Nazi. You're like, yeah, but it's almost close enough.
Look at all the fucking imagery. It's Nazi.
It's like they're like 97% Nazi. You're like, yeah, but that's not 100, so you can't say that.
It's like it is like the First Order, when they're firing the thing, and it's fucking Nuremberg rally basically. There's all these massive red banners with a black logo in the middle. Like, okay,
But remember, they're not Nazis.
They're not Nazis. They're the Empire.
Or in this case, they're just Hydra.
Yes.
So and it's been so they kind of, as expected, they kind of revealed Regular Cap was coming back. Like everyone knew it was going to happen. There have been scenes of like Regular Cap coming back, but although it was expected, you didn't know when. And yeah, I think it was Monday. They told the New York Times, and as a comic website called I kind of vaguely follow because it has a lot of spoilers anyway. Breeding Cool kind of ran an article criticizing Marvel, saying that although they would run the spoiler, although like Comic CBR would run the spoiler, they'd run the spoiler with, here's a giant spoiler warning, like red button, don't go any lower. The New York Times didn't do that. It was just like, yeah, so here's the scene where Captain America comes back, and here's him beating up like Hydra Cap, and it's just really annoying. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to see that. Like, at least let me read the book, or put something in my way that says, stop, don't read any further. And unfortunately, this is a running trend now with Marvel, and I'm pretty sure they've leaked their ending for the past like 4 or 5 events to the New York Times, because I guess they want to F you to the rest of the spoiler world? I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, fuck you for ruining our thing. We're going to do it ourselves.
Like, it's such an odd criticism. But, kind of, having read the comic, yeah, it's not great. But what's happened is now, continuing the spoiler theme, someone known as the Whisperer, which was the name of Rick Jones in the recent Secret Empire event, has supposedly revealed the entirety of Marvel's plan for the next few months to a year, both in the comics and not really in. And there's one bit of film news.
Oh, so not really in the film. So I was just about to ask. So like, that's the Punisher then?
No, the film news is there.
Well, you said film, not TV.
Sorry. So yeah, so they literally, so after Secret Empire, Marvel's big push is they're doing Marvel Legacy, where they're kind of bringing back because Marvel currently there's not an Iron Man, there's Iron Man is a girl, Captain America is the Falcon,
what?
Thor is Jane Foster. Yeah, they've like moved everything on.
What the fuck is going on? Jane Foster's not even in the MCU anymore, really.
there was basically a big kind of complaint a while ago about lack of diversity. So Marvel kind of like made all their big characters and introduced this new like sort of like effectively like diversified takes on them. Like the Hulk isn't Bruce Banner, Tony's in a coma, Thor is unworthy, so can't wield Mjolnir, and then Steve was an old man for a while. But now, so the supposed legacy is a push to bring all these things back. So they're kind of literally in time for basically Thor Ragnarok and the Avengers. They're bringing everything back. Like the top brass supposedly want to make the characters recognizable to people then picking up the comics next April, next May, next June type thing.
I mean, I kind of get that.
I do. No, I do. So obviously their plan is, according to this, anyway, the long story short is they're taking all the new diversified characters and are going to bring back a defunct line called the Ultimate Line to put all the Ultimate. So then all the kids are going to become Ultimates. So you're going to have Miles Morales become Ultimate Spider-Man. Weir is going to become Ultimate Iron Man. So that way there's still the adult characters in a separate book. You have the Ultimate characters. Like the Fantastic Four are staying dead. Jane Foster's going to die properly this time, and Thor will be back. Son of a bitch, why is this page not loading properly? There was point is for the MC.
That's why there's random pauses on what you're saying.
Yeah, the page really annoyed me. It's not going blank. I think the big MCU like film news is they want to make Tom Holland the linchpin of the MCU going forwards. They want him to become effectively what
just going to hold you there. Have you just seen Remy's tweet?
I have not. What's occurred?
I wish I had a Brit friend living in the UK and another living in Canada to talk about cultural differences and crack jokes in podcast format.
Why, hello! Well, tune in next week, kids, for the guest star with Remy. Yes, but yeah, so I kind of... Oh, they're making the Punisher... The weird thing is with the Punisher is they're taking him away from real-world guns and doing more comic book tech, which seems really awkward considering they're producing a real-world guns-based show. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. So Tom Holland's going to be the new linchpin for the MCU. They're not going to have a new Iron Man franchise. They've got Holland locked into a deal where he'll be teaming up with characters in their own stuff. The original plan was to mirror the Civil War to Secret Invasion to Dark Reign arc.
I mean, I don't know what you're saying anymore.
Yeah, it's just yeah. I feel like I probably asked. I feel
people.
That's basically no one, so I feel like we should probably shut me up. We should probably shut me up now.
Shut up, Paul.
Cool.
Well, now I've got no one to talk to.
Yeah. You should have actually shut me up. No, I'm kidding. I feel like my mouth is very dry.
Yeah, and you've forgotten how to talk, apparently.
Yeah, I've outworded my own mouth.
I think that's all we planned to say, really, isn't it?
Kind of. We'll be back next week for sure. With either there are two possibilities of a podcast. You'll have to wait and see. Mystery.
Intrigue. You're going to get it on the same day, whatever. So.
Yeah, it's basically going to be...
actually, fuck this, because Paul's crap.
It's going to be one of two topics. So, it's going to be Bentrick and Paul discuss Knights of the Frozen Throne. Or James goes, yes. Or it's going to be Bentrick and James discuss Destiny 2. But Paul goes, yes.
No, I think we'll probably talk about Destiny 2 a little bit further into the release of it. I'll be too busy playing it.
And if you're thinking, Bentrick and James discuss Destiny 2, while Paul says yes, it's like a very recent episode of a podcast, you would be correct.
Actually, yes, that's exactly what we did last time. Well, one of the times, a couple of weeks ago.
But this time, I would have actually played it, so it'll be.
Well, he says.
I would have at least picked it up for like an hour.
We won't be playing the beta. We'll be playing the actual game.
Yeah, I'll be able to go to. Ooh, I have off podcasting news for you. Depending if you want to know, I don't want to say it in case you're not. If you're worried about spoilers, they've basically released the name of the raid, or they think they released the name of the raid anyway.
I saw.
Oh, okay, cool.
You gonna yeah, don't say on it.
Oh yeah, no. So I don't know, like if people, I don't know. There's the oftentimes people don't want to know. I don't be like BT Dubs.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the podcast has been spoilers, but BT Dubs, here are some more.
So we have guests lined up. We have topics lined up, which we require the guests for. It's all going to be good, all going to be fun, all going to be fruity tooty. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I don't know, rooty, tooty, fruity goodness?
Tutti fruity? Isn't that like a drink? Is it a drink? I can't remember. Is it juice?
Oh, so, tutti fruity, is that? That was a bubble. That was a sweet or a bubble gum, maybe.
Oh, perhaps. I was thinking.
I was thinking fruit.
I was thinking fruit shoot.
Tutti fruit shoot.
Tutti fruity shooty wooty booty.
Now we just sound like insane people.
I got some news for you, Paul. I'm afraid.
Oh
no! Oh no! Oh, stop! What the fuck was that?
On that delightful note, James, would you like to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
I also say goodbye. Oh wait, no, I won't say goodbye yet. Key fact. One, if you'd like to contact us, please find us on Twitter at
Down to Flux.
Thank you. You got where I was going with that. You got where I was going with that pause. I was like, please answer. Like I was like,
it's just DOWNTOFLUX.
Or you can email us at
downtofluxdtf@gmail.com.
Yeah, nailed it.
I actually forgot the email address for a second.
Or, if you're at the sound of our voices and want to hear us more, you could check out high quality YouTube content at
Down to Flux on YouTube.
Yeah. And if you like our voices and podcasts in general, but think, where can I listen to more of these? Then,
good one.
Oh boy,
I like what you've done there.
Can we recommend Ninja Pancake Go? A whole world
of plethora
of podcasts await you there. Podcasts such as Analog Assault, the soft rebooted podcast for minutes, Mulehorn Gaming, the flagship podcast, Bombshell Jackets.
The good one, the popular one.
Yeah. The 80s retro podcast, Geek Squatch. And, because this is just about to come out, the Destiny podcast, Warlock School, Self-Res. Because it died and now it's back, so,
Unlike Self-Res, which just died and didn't come back.
Not yet.
Not yet, till the DLC.
You have to pay $20 for Self-Res.
Well, I'm hoping that's not just the DLC, Self-Res.
It just is. It's $20. Only Warlocks get a new class. I think people would pay that though. You know that.
Yeah, of course they would.
But anyway, we will catch you on the flip
side.
Oh, we're so in sync right now.
We're so white right now.
White boy supremes.
Oh Jesus, you can't say that. Sound like fucking white supremacists now.
Oh Christ! I mean,
don't just stop talking.
Average white
Goodbye.
boys. Goodbye.